Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to Jibolito TV. Today is going to be my very first podcast, and it's interesting because on my first podcast, I was asked to do this one very important topic. My grandparents asked me to do this. They wanted my opinion and you guys' opinion on when was the best era of music. And when I say that, I mean the 60s, 70s, and 80s. When was the best era of music since I've been reacting? And they also want you guys' opinion. So I want you guys to write your opinions in the comment section. So here is my take on that. I'm going to give my take on all the artists throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So in the 60s, we got Ben King, Stand By Me. Legendary song. One of my favorite songs ever growing up, right? We got the Rolling Stones. I reacted to the Rolling Stones, man. That song was magic. My grandpa knew what he was talking about when he requested that I do that song. Throughout the 60s, we also have Elvis Presley. Man, one of my favorite Elvis songs definitely has to be I Can't Help But Falling in Love. That song was, man, one of my favorites ever. And Always on My Mind. That's another song from Elvis. He has so much hits, though. Like, it's really hard to, choose which is the greatest of them all. But that has to be up there for me, those two songs. Also, we have the Beatles. Hey Jude. That's my favorite song from the Beatles. Like, that right there, man, told me all I needed to know about the Beatles. Iconic. The 60s. Still, we got Aretha Franklin. Another great artist that, I grew up on. We got Nina Simone, Feeling Good. I reacted to this song last year when I first started my YouTube channel. And that song stuck with me, throughout the days, man. I just love that song so much. We have another artist that I just reacted to, which is Van Morrison. I just heard one of his songs, Brown Eyed Girl or something like that. I think that's what that song is called. Pretty Brown Eyed or something like that. Really enjoyed that song a lot. We got the Marvelettes. That's another group that my grandmother keeps bragging about. We have Ray Charles. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no. Love Ray Charles, man. Everything about that man was just iconic for me. Once I watched this movie, because before his movie, I'm gonna be honest, I did not know much about Ray Charles. I knew who he was, but I didn't know what his story was. I thought he was blind his whole life, but what happened to him was just nuts. Also, we have the Righteous Brothers. Man, if you guys go look on my channel, you guys will see the appreciation that I have for the Righteous Bros, man. Them guys are, man, that's Blue Eye Soul right there, for real. Blue Eye Soul, man. Them guys are amazing. And when I say Blue Eye Soul, that's what they labeled it back then. At first, I felt uncomfortable saying Blue Eye Soul. But I guess that's what they called it. So, Righteous Bros, iconic. Then we got Etta James. Etta James is, that is a bad woman right there. That is a bad woman. I'd Rather Go Blind is, one of my favorite songs from Etta James, man. I just think she sung that with all the soul in her. Like, it literally, her soul went straight onto that track. So, there's more artists in the 60s, but as I look down that list that I just gave, I'm like, oh my gosh. Who? This is gonna be a tough one for me to choose, you guys, because I'm just looking down this 60s list, and there's so much more artists in the 60s. Marvin Gaye. Oh my goodness. Now that's an overwhelming amount of talent. You know, like I said, this era of music is my grandmother's favorite era of music. She wanted me to give my opinion on the 60s. So that is definitely my opinions on the 60s. It don't get no better than that right there, man. I'm just going down that list, just wow. But I will be doing my 70s list right now. Okay, now with the 70s. Whew. My God. As I was looking down the 70s list, you guys, I'm just overwhelmed with how much talent that I see on here. And this is not even to name all the artists. This is just my favorite that I've reacted to, okay? I still want you guys to give your opinions. So I'm going to go through the list of all these songs, or all these artists that I've reacted to, so I can give my full opinion. We have Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Somebody to Love. First off, I want to say, Bohemian Rhapsody is the greatest song ever written in music history. The greatest song ever written in music history. Some may disagree, but you cannot deny the greatness of Queen and Freddie Mercury. I have never heard anything like that song in my life. Wow. We got Earth, Wind, and Fire. I reacted to Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. Amazing. That had to get added to the list because that song was, man, it got me to groove. And the next one is the Bee Gees. Bee Gees, Stand Alive. Did not expect to see what I seen when I saw Bee Gees, man. I did not expect them to, you know, that was like really funky right there. You guys got me to use that word funky. Wow. Also, man, we have Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd is another one of those groups that just, whew. The talent, man. I love Pink Floyd. Man, this one right here is one of my favorite girl groups, man. ABBA. My first song I ever reacted to from ABBA was Dancing Queen. And I was just so mesmerized, you know, by what I was listening to and what I was looking at. So, you know, I reacted to a lot of ABBA. Love them. Love them a lot. Then we got Led Zeppelin. You know, Stairway to Heaven. Took me to heaven. I walked up every stair that you saw to get to heaven. Because that's what I felt like when I listened to that song. We got John Lennon. I reacted to John Lennon, like 3 or 4 of John Lennon's songs, man. That guy was amazing, man. The Beatles, period, man. Every one of those guys. Then I reacted to some Dolly Parton. Oh my God, don't get me started on this woman. Her voice took me to heaven. I listened to Jolene and I was just so amazed. I also listened to her Always Love You because I know she was the original. And I heard it. I just didn't want to react to it because all the mixed comments, it was just unnecessary. But I was just so in love with her voice. She was so amazing. She was so beautiful. She still is beautiful. Yes. Also, Fleetwood Mac. Oh my gosh. That should have been second on my list. Fleetwood Mac. You know, I only reacted to one of their songs, which was Landslide, and that just convinced me that that was a great group. I need to listen to more of their music, which I haven't, but you know, I'm going to try to get to if YouTube, you know, decides to keep them this time. And then we have another song from the 70s, another artist that had to be another one of the greatest songs ever written. So, I don't know, man. This song might come first when it comes to the greatest written ever. And that's Don McLean, American Pie. I have to react to that twice. I reacted to it twice because the first time I didn't get the true meaning behind it. The second time I was kind of getting the idea of it, but you know, I had to really read the story about that song just so I can really understand it. And I'm just like that. It was telling you the music was gonna die, and surely it did. We have Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son. That's one of my favorite songs ever from my favorite show, Supernatural. And then we have the Jackson 5, of course. There's so many artists, man, that are just so unbelievable. And it's just, I couldn't name them all on my list because, you know, I would be on here forever and ever and ever, you know, talking about all of these artists and these songs. Man, that 70s group, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to read the 80s list because I know that the 80s list is about to be out of this world. So, I'm about to sit there and I'm about to read through this 80s list. So, be prepared for this. Okay, so now I'm looking at the 80s list. And this is just amazing. Guns N' Roses. It's definitely at the top of my list when I think about the 80s. Their music is just, whew, it'll hit a spot. This is like the only rock band, rock group, whatever you want to call it, band that I know that really spoke on, you know, social issues. They had a lot of hidden messages in their music as I sat there and listened to Guns N' Roses, man. Man, that's just amazing, man. Another, you know, artist, man, another group is AC/DC. Back in Black and Thunderstruck. My two favorite songs from AC/DC. Those songs were amazing. Another artist, man, is Michael Jackson in his prime. Michael Jackson in his prime, you know, when he left the group, was untouchable. Michael Jackson in his prime. There's so many songs from MJ that I can just name, but it's just so hard to name them all. But my favorite Michael Jackson song is The Way You Make Me Feel. Man, Michael Jackson, man, he was on another level. Another artist, another song of the 80s that just, man, I love so much when I reacted to it. It has to be Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. That song will get anybody amped up. I don't care if you're a baby. I don't care if you're a toddler. That song will get you hyped up. Loved it. This next artist is going to throw a lot of you guys off because it's like, wow, really? But Cyndi Lauper, man. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. One of my favorite songs from her. Also, Time After Time. That song is amazing, man. I don't care what you guys say. I love that song. A lot of people wouldn't expect that from me, but that right there, man, I love her. Another one is Prince, Purple Rain. My first time listening to him was a couple days ago. Another one is Journey. Amazing. Love Journey, man. Love Journey. Don't Stop is my favorite. Another one is Billy Joel, man. Billy Joel is amazing. Also, Madonna, Like a Virgin. Love that. The Police, of course, man. Whew. I got 3 songs that I reacted to from The Police, man, and I just love The Police, man, a lot. Who else do we got on this 80s list? We got Toto Africa. Yes. Man. The 80s, man. The 80s, man, is looking pretty stacked. We got Aha. Another amazing group artist. I'm just sitting here looking down this 80s list, you guys. I don't know. It's looking like my favorite has to be the 80s. And I say the 80s because the 80s is a group that I've been binge reacting to these past 2 months. I get a lot of comments. If you guys look, a lot of comments say, wow, you are stuck in the 80s, brother. I feel you. I see why you're stuck in the 80s. It's one of the greatest times in music. I agree. That right there is my answer for you guys. The 80s is the best era of music. The greatest era of music. Yes, that is my opinion right there, man. As I was sitting there telling, my family, like, we had these huge debates. It got very, very crazy. It got very crazy because our opinions were so different and we're so, crazy about music. So the atmosphere got a little intense. It got a little intense because, music is just everything to us. So my opinion is the 80s. And it's going to always be different opinions. But my personal opinion is the 80s is the greatest era of music. I couldn't do the 90s or get to the 90s yet. I haven't reacted to enough. Yeah, it's too bad. I really couldn't get through the 90s. I haven't reacted to enough 90s music. Kind of ironic because I'm born in the 90s, but I haven't reacted to enough 90s. So I'm going to make it my mission to, start off the next year reacting to 90s music. I'm still going to react to the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, but I want to kick off the new year, with my era. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I think this has been so fun, and this is something new that I just want to add to this channel. This is my first episode, my first ever podcast, and it feels so amazing that, you guys are here to follow me through this whole journey. A lot of people think I'm done with the reaction videos. No, I'm not done with the reaction videos. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about the strike. I don't care about anything else that's coming against my channel. We will rise above, because I got the best subscribers in the world. And you guys' support is everything to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and expect more. Expect more podcasts. My next podcast will probably be Friday. I'm probably going to do them every Friday. No, not probably. I am going to do them every Friday. So you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for listening. Now, talk to you guys next podcast.